Drop it. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Flexible, and today I've got another video for you. For those of you who know, Lightning Overdrive is pretty much around the corner. I think it's coming out on Thursday, the upcoming Thursday, and I'm pretty hyped for the set for multiple reasons, one of them being the new Bujin support, and this is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I've been looking into the cards a little bit, and like kind of building a few deck lists, testing them out here and there, just going for test sets and whatnot, and I just want to show you guys what I've been kind of thinking about and coming up with recently. And the most powerful piece of the new support is Torifune, which is a new normal summon, essentially a Bujin rescue cat, which is very cool. And also Mahitotsu is very great extender, establishes some cool plays. Torifune into Mahitotsu and any of the Beast Bujin monsters is a very cool combo, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. I'm going to show you the combo, but more importantly, I want to talk about what kind of strategy I'm envisioning for Bujins and like going forward. Which is usually I would play Yamato, of course, and then Tenki, so essentially having 6 Yamatos in deck, hopefully normal summoning him, setting a few traps maybe, and then searching, for example, a Crane in end phase and sending a Hare to the graveyard, or just searching the Hare and sending it at the same time to establish a little bit of protection for the Yamato, just protecting the castle pretty much. In this case, since Torifune is I want to say a combo starter more than anything else, you have an alternative line of play, which is also very cool. So essentially, you can either normal summon Yamato and play with the traps, you can normal summon Torifune, go for some cool rank 4 plays, or you can just have a mixture of both. So for example, you can have the Torifune as a follow-up, and the rest of the archetypes still like synergize with them, you know. You can still protect Torifune with the other Bujin cards and whatnot. And essentially, this is what I'm probably going to play myself, so still having a going first build but with some combo lines, and also a very cool going second OTK combo. Shoutouts to my boy Bex47, by the way, who helped me came up with this. So what you need for the going first combo is having a Torifune in hand, then any level 4 monster that doesn't have any like special summoning restrictions, and then you need an extender, or you need a Bujin Hiruko, which is the Pendulum monster, right? So any of the two will do, which is a 3-card combo, but it's very like easily accessible, apart maybe from the Torifune. But you can play plenty of extenders. Any level 4 monster will do, literally, it doesn't matter what it is, like a Hare, Honest, anything will do. Then you normal summon the Torifune and activate the effect, summoning out the Mahitotsu, which is very cool, and then the turtle as well, which has a very neat interaction I'm going to talk about in a second. I just realized that today, by the way. So now you're going to banish the Torifune from graveyard to send a Hare to the graveyard. Which you could also play some other Bujingis, because I think it's called Quillen. One of them can destroy a card when you can banish him from the graveyard to destroy a card, which is very cool going second. So you just dump the Quillen with Mahitotsu and then pop a card on the opponent's field. But for now, let's just dump Hare, and then you summon Ahashima with the 2 level 4 monsters. Its effect is going to summon the Hare from your hand and then the Mahitotsu from graveyard. The other 2 should be engraved because they offer protection. Also, what I realized the other moment is that now you summon Susano, by the way, is that when you summon the turtle off of the Torifune and then link into Ahashima, let's say your opponent wants to imperm or Veiler your Ahashima, you can just negate the effect with turtle, because they target, and you can negate and affect the targets of a Bujin monster you control with turtle, which is very cool. So essentially always having some form of hand trap protection. Also Hare in graveyard, protection from destruction, and if you summon the Xyz monster into the zone Ahashima points to right here and activate an effect, let's for going second combos, you can also pop a card a spell trap card your opponent controls with Ahashima's effect, so that's very cool. Then you activate the effect, or actually I can also search for Tenki real quick. What do I need? I need an extender pretty much, and also I need the wait, what? Oh no, I don't want to chain. I was confused there for a second. There we go. So now I'm going to add, let's say I'm going to add Hirume, and then activate this one, detaching the Hare to search for Hiruko. And that's why I said you need either one, because you can search, like, Hiruko is important, but an extender is also important. So one of them you can search with Susano, but the other one, luckily we had the Tenki, it should have been a Hirume, a Photon Thrasher, anything, any level 4 extender. Now you activate Hiruko in scale, and activate the effect. without chaining hair, and now you summon an Amaterasu on top, which is going to allow you to special summon a banished Bujin monster, I think. So that you could also summon the Torifune. It doesn't really matter which one of the two you summon. But the thing is that Amaterasu on the opponent's turn, as a quick effect, can also add a banished Bujin monster from your banished zone, of course, to your hand. So I like to keep Torifune in the banished zone in case your opponent manages to break your Baguska, for example. That's why I'm also playing another extender, because now you summon Hirume and summon a Baguska, so your opponent can't activate monster effects on field, which is of course also turning off your Amaterasu. But let's say your opponent kaijus your Baguska or whatever, you can also activate the effect of Amaterasu to get back the Torifune and have follow-up plays on the opponent on the next turn. So now you have essentially a monster effect floodgate. You still have the potential follow-up. You have target protection. You have destruction protection. You still have a floodgate. And also another card in hand, which could be anything really. It could be a hand trap, could be another trap card. So that's the going first combo that I would usually go for with the Torifune. Very cool stuff. And other than that, like if you don't want to go for the going first combo, this is a perfect test hand actually, because you can just normal summon the Yamato, activate Prosperity, banish 6. I hope the extra deck is in order right now. Yeah, it is. So you just banish the last 6 pieces right there, because they don't matter at all. Now you can search for additional cards that you might need. Since we can search in the end phase and discard the turtle, I'm going to say we're going to take a second Compulse. Or actually, it's not a second Compulse. We have 3 different trap cards right now, which is even better in my opinion. Now we set 1, 2, and 3. And then in end phase, we activate Yamato's effect, searching as a Crane. You could also search Torifune just to like have a secured follow-up play on the opponent's turn, or also going for the OTK, because Yamato alone is not going to do much. But you can also, if you want to be really safe, you can also search Crane and then discard Turtle. Actually, I'm probably going for Torifune though, because it probably make more sense. And then discard the Turtle. So you have targeting protection, you have 3 powerful trap cards here, and Torifune as a OTK play for the follow-up turn. Very cool so far. I like this a lot, actually, like the thought of it. The list might still not be perfect. I'm still thinking about, like, I wouldn't play Prosperity for now, because I don't really want to buy this expensive card. As I said, Pot of Extravagance is kind of risky, because you can banish your extra deck monsters. Pot of Desires, I hate Pot of Desires, but it's still powerful. So that's also an alternative. Pot of Duality kind of conflicts with the Torifune, but if you open, for example, Yamato Duality, you can still activate it without risk, because you can just normal summon Yamato. So that's one thing. That's pretty much the list so far. Side deck also, yeah, Forbidden Droplet is probably the best card, because you can safely OTK. Dark Ruler is not going to do a lot for you, personally, I think. That's why I'm playing 6 Chalice, 6 thing. Also, when you normal summon Torifune, activate the effect, you tribute for cost, meaning that if your opponent tries to Ash it, you can also use Gamma, so that's why I have it in the side deck here. And Peacock just serves as additional copies of your normal summons on the main phase too, so essentially you can't activate it going first, but that's why I have it in the side deck. So then the other thing I was thinking about is playing a blind going second variant, where I don't play Yamato, I don't play any trap cards. 3 Torifune, 3 Tenki is essentially the one normal summon you want. My Thoughts is also a great extender, that's why I play him 3 in this case, and also 3 Hirume, because she's also the most free of the Bujin extenders. So essentially, opening any of these 2 would be great, or actually one Torifune in any of these. Then I'm playing less Bujingis, I think. Actually, I'm playing the Quillen here because it's a going second deck, so if you dump him on the graveyard, you can activate his effect to pop a card, which is very cool, a face-up card. I play Kaijus on the main deck, I play some Honest, I play the Gamma because if you normal summon Torifune, I think I explained it actually, I'm not quite sure right now. Normal summon Torifune tributes itself for the effect, and you can Gamma the Ash, for example. Playing Pot of Desires here. This is a Bujin Carnation, which I kind of just threw in here for the shits and giggles. I'm not sure whether I would play this card, but it's for the grind game, I guess. And then also, I play Forbidden Chalice, but I would consider playing... Actually, let me do this real quick, because also, I think Forbidden Droplet is getting a couple reprints. So it's... why is this not showing? There it is. 3 Forbidden Droplet is very cool, because Dark Ruler doesn't do a lot for you. You would likely want to OTK in most cases. That's why this is very cool. Also, you need double on Arsenal for the OTK combo. So going second OTK combo, essentially, of course, you would have a 6th card in hand, right? But it starts similarly as the combo that I've shown you before. So you summon Torifune, and tribute it to summon 2. Again, in this case, I would summon Turtle and Mahitatsu. Now you can activate Mahitatsu's effect to send to graveyard a Bujingi monster. You can send Hair, for example, if you want, but you can also send Quillen, which is the card I've talked about before, where right now you can just banish it to pop a face-up card your opponent controls. Then you're going to summon out Ahashima, and its effect is going to summon the Hair from hand and the Mahitatsu from graveyard, like this. And now you're going to summon a Susano, which can search you any card that you want. But also, you still have the Mahitatsu as an extender, so you can discard one of the Hirumes, and also you can summon Hirume by banishing any card from a like the Bujin monster from a graveyard to summon them out, which is essentially anything I need really. But I am going to activate this one to search a Arasuda, just to save a little more advantage. Because instead of getting rid of all of my cards in hand to summon 2 monsters, I am going to use Hirume to summon itself, and then because I banished a monster, I can summon Arasuda. So essentially, instead of going from 3 to 0, I'm going from 4 to 2, which is very cool. And with those 2, I am going to summon Utopia Double. Utopia Double is going to search a Double or Nothing. And then you're going to overlay Utopia Beyond on top of, well, that's kind of buggy, on top of the Utopia Double. Now it's going to 6,000 attack points. It can't attack directly, but more importantly, when it's summoned, it turns all of the attack points of the monsters your opponent controls to 0. And Susano can attack every monster your opponent controls once each. So essentially, even if your opponent only controls 1 monster or 2 monsters, you attack one of the monsters with Utopia Beyond if it's in attack position, 6,000 damage. You attack one or any other monster your opponent controls with Susano, dealing damage or destroying monsters in defense position. And then you can attack with Ahashima directly. So in most cases, this should be game. Of course, this is without any interruptions, without counting in negates and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much the combo. So shoutouts, by the way, to Bex47 who helped me come up with the combo. Very nice when we had the idea, when he told me about Utopia Beyond. So that's essentially the OTK combo. Again, I think it was the Torifune and an extender and a level 4 monster for the Ahashima effect. So very easily accessible as well. Those are pretty much the 2 variants that I would consider. I'm most likely going for the one I've told you before, at first though. So having the Yamato and some trap cards as a going first play. I like this thought a lot. And then there's this third thing that Bex47 has also kind of made me think about, but I'm not too into it, to be honest. It's Bujin Amazements. I'm also very much interested in Bujin in Amazements in general, so I'm definitely going to build at least a pure Amazement deck. But he also thought that maybe since the Amazement deck doesn't really require a normal summon, it has a normal summon in Comica, but doesn't really require it. So he thought maybe since I like Bujins a lot and I'm getting this new support and whatnot, I can still play like Bujins. And technically I could also play Torifune instead of Yamato and then have it like have an extra deck combo as well as some trap card plays, which is probably even easier to accomplish than playing Yamato. But I haven't really put too much thought into it so far because I didn't really like it. But essentially what it looks like is playing a small Bujin engine. In this case it's 12 cards. Then I'm playing 6 Amazement monsters, playing some of the spell and trap cards that search your cards and generate advantage to the trap cards, of course. Yeah, this is the Imperm / Book of Moon. Imperm itself, of course, because Arlecchino Imperm is essentially Imperm Multifaker. Then There Can Be Only One is also very cool because Yamato is a Beast Warrior, Arlecchino is a Psychic, and Comica is a Machine. So they don't conflict with There Can Be Only One. You can have 3 monsters on board, while your opponent, in some cases, might only have 1, which is very cool. Part of Extravagance, because especially in Amazements and also when you play Yamato, the extra deck doesn't matter at all. You can see this is very random, it doesn't matter whatsoever. So playing Extravagance is better in my opinion in this case than playing Prosperity. And then just as I said before, a few of the trap cards. Cyclone Coaster as a little bit of a back row removal, and also this one, whatever it does, but I think it's one of the better ones. This is the best one, of course. And just searching with the time taken and whatnot. So this is pretty much the 3 kind of strategies I can see for Bujin players going forward. Of course, this is just kind of been decided on a whim, but the other 2, so like Blind Second with some cool combos and alternative plays and breaking boards with Droplet and whatnot, or just going first mixed in with Yamato and some trap cards is very powerful. But as soon as the cards arrive and as soon as I had the chance to test a little more and get the cards that I need, I'm going to do some IRL deck profiles and also remote duel videos with the new list. Especially to this one, I am really looking forward to playing this. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on some copies of Furifune. And yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you are a Bujin player as well and you've looked into the new support a little more in depth than I have, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Maybe you have a very cool spicy deck list that I can take a look at and consider playing myself, or just we can share our like spicy tech choices and whatnot. If you liked the video, then leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, then also let me know what you didn't like, because I'm always trying to improve my content. If you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. And other than that, guys, see you next time.